Now we are back in the App Store app on the iPhone. Here on the screen, you can see that I'm pretending that I'm searching for a recipe app, and I type recipe keywords, and I start getting a list of apps. One of the first thing that people look at is the icon, and usually the screenshots, because naturally people are going to look at images even before they look at words. We always say that we should not judge a book by the cover, but the reality is that we have a tendency to do that, and people will start judging your application based on the icon. If your application looks great in the inside, but the icon doesn't look very attractive or not very professional, then people are going to quickly swipe past your app and go down the list to get another app. So it's important to pay attention to how the icon is going to look and how it's going to tell a story for your application. And this is what we're going to cover in the next sections. Let's talk about how we can create great looking icons. When Apple introduced iOS 7, it completely changed the design of the iOS. It went to a flat design, and it has kept it with iOS 8 too. So this is how the iPhone looks on iOS 8, and it was similar on iOS 7. As you can see, the icons are simple. There are very few colors, 1, 2, sometimes 3, and it's very flat. There's no perspective. There's no 3D effect. All the icons are very simple. On the right side of the screen, you have examples of Apple applications and how their icons got redesigned between iOS 6 and iOS 7. So the left side, you can see that there are more colors, more 3D effects, and on the right side, it's completely flat design. So the reason I'm mentioning the flat design, it's not like you have to follow it. You're still free to use the kind of design that you want. It's just that Apple said that for the iPhone, that's the style they prefer. And if you want to ever be mentioned or released on the featured on the Apple Store, you probably have more chances if you use a flat design and if you go with something else. The other advantage is that with flat design, because it's simpler, it's usually easier to create. So if you're working with a graphic designer, or if you want to use graphic tools to create an icon yourself, you have more chances to create something simpler than if you want with something more advanced. So what type of icon will work best for your app? Depends on what your app is doing, of course. But if you look at examples on the screen here, there's a phone for the phone application. There's an envelope with a blue background for the mail application. There's a note for music application. What else we have? A cloud and a sun for the weather application. So all of those are very, very simple symbol that clearly tell what the app is about. It's easy to remember what the app is. If I want to see the weather, I'm just going to search for the cloud and that's it. So try to be as simple as possible to represent your application. Don't try to add too many details. The simplicity and beauty usually works better than too much details.